Here's something I hear all the time from independent artists. I'm doing everything right. I'm posting, I'm releasing music, and I'm putting in the work, but nothing seems to be moving. And I get it. Because working hard and working smart are two completely different things. So today I'm going to give you 5 specific things that you can do right now. Not someday, not when you have more followers, today. These are things that actually move the needle for an independent artist. A quick context if you're new here, my name is Scott. I run Engineered Studio. I've been running a brick and mortar recording studio for over a decade and working as a live engineer. I've worked with independent artists at every stage of their career, and I've watched what separates the ones who build something real from the ones who stay stuck. And that is where this list comes from. So let's get into it. Thing number 1, audit your online presence. All of it. Before you do anything else, before you post another song, run another ad, pitch another venue, you need to know what your online presence actually looks like right now. Not what you think it looks like, what it actually looks like to a stranger who potentially just discovered you. So let's walk through what to actually look at. Your handles and tags, make them consistent everywhere. First thing, your username, your @handle, it should be the same or as close as possible on every single platform. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, your website URL, all of it. If someone finds you on TikTok and searches for you on Instagram and gets a completely different name, you've just lost them. Pick one handle. Make it simple, memorable, and searchable, and then lock it down everywhere. Your streaming profiles. Go to your Spotify for artist profile right now. Is the photo current? Is your bio filled out? Does it have your social links connected? Same for Apple Music, same for any other platform that you're on. These profiles are often the first place someone lands after hearing your music. And if they're empty or outdated, that's a bad first impression that you don't need to make. Your Instagram grid. Your Instagram grid is your storefront. When someone hits your profile for the first time, they see the last 9 to 12 posts all at once, before they read your bio, before they click anything. The grid tells them immediately, is this person consistent? Do they have a visual identity? And is this worth following? It doesn't have to be perfectly aesthetic, but it should feel cohesive. Similar tones, similar energy, a consistent point of view. If your grid looks like 10 different people posted it, that's something to work on. Your website or your one-page build. You need somewhere to send people that you actually own and control, and it doesn't have to be complicated. For independent artists just starting out, there are some great options that are either free or very low cost. Things like Bandzoogle is built specifically for musicians. It has music players, merch integration, and mailing list tools built right in. Wix and Squarespace both also have solid free tiers and music-friendly templates. If you want something dead simple to get started, maybe just a link tree or a beacons page can work as a one-link hub for all of your stuff. But whatever you use, at a minimum, it should have your music, a way to contact you, and a way to get on your email list, which we will talk about in just a second. The audit checklist. Here's a quick checklist to run through. Consistent handle across all platforms. Check. Spotify and Apple Music profiles filled out with a photo, bio, and links. Check. Instagram bio clearly states who you are and what you do. Check. Instagram grid looks cohesive to a first-time visitor. Check. Website or link page is current and has a way to collect emails. Check. Save this, come back to it, run through it once a quarter minimum. Thing number 2, define your artist brand. Stop trying to be for everyone. This is the one that makes people a little bit uncomfortable because it feels like you're cutting people out. But here's the reality. When you appeal to everyone, you end up resonating with no one. The artists who build real, loyal audiences are specific. They know exactly who they're talking to, and they talk directly to that person. That's what a defined brand actually looks like. So let me give you some examples. First, we'll think about an artist who makes dark, cinematic folk music, and their whole presence is this moody lighting, handwritten lyrics, and stories about small towns and loss. That's a brand. Every post, every photo, every caption reinforces the same emotional world. Or let's think about a high-energy punk band whose whole thing is DIY, no gatekeepers, loud and proud independence. Their brand is in the way that they talk, the way they shoot their videos, the venues they play, or who they collaborate with. Or let's look at an R&B singer whose brand is vulnerability, raw, honest, deeply personal. Every platform, every caption, every visual choice reinforces that. None of these artists are trying to appeal to everyone. They're trying to deeply resonate with someone. And that specificity is exactly what makes people feel like they found something. So how to niche down on your brand. Here's a quick brainstorm exercise. Write down 3 things: what your music sounds like, what it's about, and who it's for. Don't overthink it, just write your honest answers. Then look at what you wrote and ask, is this specific enough that someone reading it would immediately know if it's for them? If the answer is no, go another layer deeper. Not, I make indie rock. That's not specific enough. Try something like, I make indie rock for people who grew up on the road trips and still feel most alive when they're moving. You're painting a picture. You're talking to a person, not a demographic. Once you have that, that becomes your filter. Every post, every caption, every visual decision runs through it. Does this fit into the world that I'm building? If yes, post it. If no, rethink it. Thing number 3, start building an email list. Not later, today. I cannot stress this enough. Your Instagram following, your TikTok following, your Spotify followers, you don't own any of that. Any platform can change its algorithm, limit your reach, or just disappear entirely. But your email list, that is the one thing that is actually yours. So which tools should you use? There are a bunch of solid free options to get you started. MailChimp is probably the most well-known. ConvertKit, or now I think it's called Kit, is built more for creators and has a great automation tools, and it also has a free tier. Substack is another one that's worth mentioning. It's more newsletter forward, but a lot of artists are using it for both an email list and a content platform at the same time. And Bandzoogle, if you're using that for your website, it also has built-in mailing list tools. But pick one. Don't overthink it. Any of these is infinitely better than nothing. So what do you actually put in the newsletter? Here's where your brand voice comes in. Your newsletter isn't just an announcement channel. It is the most direct, personal connection that you have with your audience. Think about what you want to share and make it feel like a message from you, not a press release. Behind the scenes from recording or writing sessions, the story behind a song that you're working on, what's been inspiring you lately, and a record, a movie, a place, anything along those lines. Even early access to new music before it goes live anywhere else. Tour updates, show announcements, merch drops, personal stuff, road stories, life happenings, the real stuff. The people on your email list signed up because they want more of you, not just your music, so give them that. Your email landing page, the basics. You don't need a fancy opt-in page. You need your name or artist name and one line about what they are signing up for and a form. Something like get new music, stories from the studio, and show updates straight to your inbox. If you can offer something in return, like a free download, early access, or even exclusive content, even better. But don't let the lack of incentive stop you from starting. A simple list with 100 real fans is worth more than 10,000 followers who just scroll past you. Real quick, if this is useful, go ahead, hit subscribe. I'm going to continue to put out content like this specifically for independent artists who want to actually build something. No fluff, just stuff that works. Okay, two more things. Thing number 4, collaborate with other artists in your lane. Your next fan is already someone else's current fan. That's the whole reason that collaboration works. When you work with, feature, or publicly support another artist in your space, you get introduced to their audience in the most credible way possible. Not through an ad, through an artist that they already listen to and trust. So what does collaboration actually look like? It doesn't have to be a full feature or even a co-written song. It can be a shared playlist that both of you promote, a social shout out, or a listen to this post. Showing up to each other's shows, and I mean actually being there in the room visible. Going on a co-headline run together, sharing a bill, doing a live session together. All of these put you in front of their audience and puts them in front of yours. Adjacent genres, well, they can work too. If your audiences overlap even partially, there's still value there. So stop thinking about other artists in your space as competition. The independent music world is big enough for all of you, and collaboration almost always grows both sides. So how do you reach out professionally? This is where a lot of artists get awkward and don't do anything. So let me make this simple. If you want to reach out to another artist about collaborating, be direct, be genuine, and keep it short. Tell them you're a fan of their work, but be specific. Reference something real, not just, hey, I love your music. Tell them what you do and what you have in mind. Make it easy to say yes. Suggest something low commitment first, maybe like a shared playlist, a post, or a show. And if they don't respond, well, don't take it personally. Everybody's busy. Follow up once. Move on. The artists who build strong networks are the ones who keep showing up, keep being genuine, and keep making it easy to work with them. Thing number 5, release consistently. Even rough, even small, just consistently. I know what you're thinking, but I want it to be good. I don't want to put something out that isn't ready. And I respect that. Seriously, quality matters. But here's what I've seen over and over. The artists waiting for perfect are being lapped by the artists who are shipping consistently. So what to actually post? Let's talk about what consistent actually means in practice. Most artists think it means releasing a polished single every month, but that's not realistic for most people. Content and music are two different release tracks. Both matter, and neither has to be perfect. For music, a single, a cover, an acoustic version, a demo you're proud of, or a collab. For content, updates from the studio, a song idea you're working through, a life happening that connects to your sound. Tour and road stories. People love those. The van breaking down, the show that went sideways, the town that you'd never been to and that actually surprised you. Show announcements, show recaps. Gear that you're using, sounds you're obsessed with. Moments from your real life that tie back to who you are as an artist. This all comes back to your brand. Every piece of content should feel like it belongs in the same world. How to build a realistic release schedule. Here's the key. Don't build a schedule based on what you wish you could do. Build it based on something you can actually sustain. If you can genuinely release one song every 6 weeks and 3 pieces of content a week, that's great. If you can only do one song every 3 months and one post every week, that's absolutely fine too, because consistency beats frequency. A predictable cadence you can hold is worth more than a sprint that you just burn out on. And don't try to be everywhere at once. Pick maybe 2 platforms and do those well. Expand when you have the bandwidth. Batch your content when you can. Shoot multiple posts in one session. Write captions when you're feeling it, and then just bank them for later. Set realistic weekly goals that fit inside the life that you actually have, not the one that you wish you had. One move forward is still forward. How do I put this all into an action? Take the next 5 days and do one thing per day. Day 1, run your audit. Use the checklist, know where you actually stand. Day 2, write your specific artist brand in 2 sentences. Day 3, set up your email sign-up, even if it's just a landing page with a form. Day 4, reach out to one artist that you want to collaborate with. Keep it genuine, keep it short. Day 5, Build your release schedule, music and content, and keep it realistic. 5 days, 5 things. None of this is complicated. All of it will put you ahead of most independent artists who are still waiting for the right moment. And that right moment is right now. If this helped, subscribe so you catch what's coming next. The next video in this series is all about recording mistakes independent artists make and that kill their sound before it even gets into the mix. Stuff that's completely avoidable once you know what to look for. I'll see you there.